Of course, the one day I want to film, there's construction, people moving in. Okay, well that was a rough start, but your year doesn't have to be. Hey everyone, I'm Ivette, and welcome to Funvetticake. Don't know if you can see, but I'm wearing a confetti shirt. It is so cute. You can't really tell, but it's very, very light confetti. And I love it because it's neutral, but still has that little fun piece that I love. I will be talking about my 5 intentions for 2022. This was pretty hard to film just because it's really personal. I just really wanted to share it with you guys in hopes of inspiring you to make a list of your own, and maybe you can relate to me and we can start off a conversation that way, kind of bounce off ideas from each other. Without further ado, let's get into it. I guess before I start, I kind of want to rewind back to 2021, which was an awful year. Not just for me, but I'm sure for everybody. It was a mess. It was a mess. And I remember last New Year's Day, it was just a terrible day for me. I was at my old job, starting off my 4 a.m. shift, and the first interaction I had with a customer was just awful. It really did not start off my year right at all. And I think from that day on, it was just not a good year starting from that day, because I remember it so vividly. I just really wanted to be different this year. And of course we say that every single year, but we never really put action into it. Or at least I never really did. I started off so negative, and I did not have the motivation to even make a resolution or plan my year or determine any goals that I wanted. I was really lost. It brought me to this really bad depression that I couldn't get out of. I quit that job, and I didn't have a job. I didn't have anything to fall back on. So I decided to take a few months off just to take a break. But little did I know, it didn't work for me. The break kind of made me fall deeper into a depression, deeper into a hole. My confidence was very, very low. My self-esteem I didn't have any. Just thinking about it right now makes me emotional because I was really just not happy. And in my head, I thought that quitting that job was the key to bringing my happiness back, but it wasn't, because I didn't have anything planned. I didn't know which direction to go. With the uncertainty of the pandemic, it just made it worse. I lost control and I want to gain it back. I really want a change, and in order to make changes happen, you really just need to be in a better mindset, which is what I intend to do. For this year, I'd really love to approach a different way of planning. Instead of making a whole list of resolutions, I would love to just narrow it down to a list of 5 intentions. You might be wondering, why intentions? Why? Aren't they the same thing? Well, they're actually not the same thing. And if you're really interested, keep on watching. So what exactly are resolutions? According to this article that I'll actually have the link down below if you're really interested. I came across this article because I really want to do more yoga, and this was actually a yoga website. So I looked it up and I found it somehow. I don't remember, but I'll link it down below. A resolution is a statement to change something you want to fix about yourself. As a result, you tend to inspire negative thoughts about your current situation. Apparently, only 10% of people successfully stick to their resolutions, because taking this approach focuses more on the negative things. So you think of all the flaws that you have and you write them down. It's like, I don't, I can't. It's a lot of those words in resolutions. This really spotlights what you lack. And it feels very strict and like there's no room to make a mistake. So immediately the first day of the new year, you make a list. I'm going to stop drinking soda. And then you accidentally fall back into your habit, drinking soda. And immediately you just give up because you said, oh, I already messed up, so I can't undo it, you know? So you just feel like there's no room to make a mistake. Like I said, you start to put words like, I can't do this, I can't do that, into your head. So from the beginning, the whole journey is negative. So you basically start off negative, and that's not what we want. We want the journey of changes to be a good one and enjoyable. So that's why I'm taking the intentions approach. And then in the same article, it describes what that is. What are intentions? It's something that you want and plan to do. It does not imply something is wrong with the way you live, but instead motivates you to do better. Sorry, Steve is using the bathroom and he's like loading up the litter. Jesus Christ, let me just close the door. I apologize in advance. It is very noisy today. Like, this isn't normal. Okay, so as I was saying, it does not imply something is wrong with the way you currently live, but instead motivates you to do better. It is focused on creating abundance in your life. And immediately in my head, this approach is way better because I want abundance in my life. It focuses more on the positive and it highlights what you have and directs you to work with it, you know? And I really like that because sometimes there are things we can't just control. I find that it feels more flexible and there's a lot more wiggle room, and that is really good because if we make a mistake, we don't want to be punished for it, or we shouldn't be punished for it. We should learn from it. This is definitely a more adaptable take because the purpose of this is to ease into your new goals and plans and not just rush into it all right away. You can ease these new habits into your daily life and routine. When you ease your goals little by little every day, it just becomes a mindset, you know? Hey guys, okay, so I just realized that I forgot to follow up on the soda example for intentions. If you're thinking with the intentions approach, the way you would go about that situation is instead of stopping drinking soda, you would limit your intake, you know, to help little by little. So you would tell yourself, okay, so today I'm going to drink half a can of soda instead of a full can, instead of just stopping cold turkey, not drinking soda. And with that approach, you just limit yourself little by little, which is way better than doing it stopping all at once. That's the way you would think about it in a more positive light. That way, it's okay to make that mistake because you're learning from it and you're limiting yourself. And then the more you limit yourself, the better the results. And like I said, I know that so many of us are stuck in that way of, it's January 1st, I need to start right away. Yes, if this works for you, go for it. But personally, it causes a lot of pressure on me and a lot of stress. And I don't want to start off the new year like that, and I'm sure no one else does. It really doesn't have to be perfect right away. In that case, I would love to share with you my intentions and give you an idea of how I'm approaching it and the background behind it. Starting off with my first intention, enjoy slow mornings. This is really embarrassing to share, but it's important for me to be realistic with you. Before, I would wake up at least 30 minutes before my shift, and that is super bad. I did that every single day because I wanted to sleep, and I would stay up really late a lot, and it really just ruined my mornings for me. Doing that really impacted me negatively because 1, I'd missed breakfast, 2, I was really rushed, and 3, there was always a chance of me being late to work. I was always really close to making it to work or a few minutes late to work. And that would haunt me throughout the day, you know, that feeling of stress and being rushed. And I never really thought about this before, but your mornings, the way you spend them, really set the tone for the rest of your day. It just sets the tone for the day that you want to have. So in my case, I was really rushed, late, and stressed because I was hungry. So then the whole rest of my day was just that. It was just, I was grumpy, I was stressed. It just made it seem like I had more bad days than good because of that. So when I quit my job last year, I carried that throughout the rest of the year. I'd start at 5 a.m. So I'd wake up at 4:30. So I really only had 30 minutes to get ready to drive there. And sadly, I carried that throughout the whole year. So when I got a new job, I was starting to do the same thing, even though I started later, a little later. And I needed to stop doing that because I had the luxury, thankfully, to wake up a few hours earlier to prep for my day. And that's what I started doing. And to further enhance that, I would prep my clothes the night before. I'd prep my breakfast in the morning the night before. I'd grind my coffee beans the night before. I do all these little things to help me set up for success in the morning and enjoy it. And it's been really, really nice. I wake up at least 2 hours before work now, and I have a lot of time to get ready, to make a really good breakfast or eat a good breakfast since I already prepped it, and really take the time to make myself a good cup of coffee because I cherish my cup of coffees in the morning. And I don't go to work feeling rushed, and I go to work feeling good about myself, and I'm polished and just ready for the day. And to be honest, the mornings are perfect you time. Everything's quiet, it's peaceful, the sun's coming up. You have all these opportunities in the morning. And you can even read a book or, learn something new. There's a lot of resources online of classes, or you want to learn a new language or a new hobby. You can do all those things slowly every single day in the morning. Like take 20 minutes while you're eating your breakfast to do that. And it's been really, really nice. And to be honest, my days have felt a lot more full and have felt a lot more, I'm just really enjoying my days lately because of that small change that I made. I even started practicing yoga in the morning to stretch and get ready because my job now it's a lot of physical labor. So stretching in the morning is really a big, big plus for me. And then just to note, I really try my best to avoid social media during this time, and which leads me to my next intention. Number 2, consume less and create more. I don't know about you, but I have a terrible habit of waking up and grabbing my phone, turn off the alarm, and then immediately I just go on social media. Is it just me or you too? And then, like I said, this really goes back to how you spend your mornings and how it sets the tone for the day. So I would, like I said, wake up, go on social media, go through my work emails, and then all of a sudden I was already stressed out because it felt like I was already taking in so much when I didn't have to. What's cool about the iPhone, I'm sure everybody has that feature and knows about it, is that it tells you how many hours you average a day on your phone. And to my surprise, I got a message saying that I averaged about 5 to 6 hours a day on my phone. Like 5 to 6 hours a day on my phone. And then multiply that by 7, like 5 times 7, 35. I was spending like nearly almost 40 hours a week just by looking at my phone. I don't even know when. It's something you don't even realize you're doing, but we're so consumed with everything online, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, emails, YouTube. There's so much online that we just really wrap our heads into and completely forget about everything else. That just blew my mind. Like, what I could have done so much with those hours. I could have created so much. I could have learned something new. But I didn't. I spent my time going through people's feeds, looking up YouTube videos of stupid things that I have no business looking up. And I had to ask myself, why was I spending so much time online? And the sad truth is, I was afraid of missing out. I was afraid of missing out on people's lives. But in reality, I was missing out on my own life. Like, why do I care so much about other people? I don't know. So now, instead of looking at it negatively, I really would love to use this crazy little thing that controls me. I really would love to use this as a resource instead. I kind of do that already now, but I really just want to start doing that, having that mindset, because I feel like I was comparing my life every single day with someone else's. And it's toxic. It's not healthy to think that. So I really just want to keep that mindset of using it as a resource instead. As a resource to create more good in the world, to put my art out there, to express myself. But I was using it as a way to compare myself. I really would love to invite you guys to do the same thing, because it's really easy. It's really easy to look at someone else's life on Instagram and think they have a perfect life, because they Instagram just showcases people's highlights, not the lows or not the bad times, none of that. To be honest, it was really hard to remember what life was like before social media, and I really want to go back to that, and which will be a little bit out of my comfort zone for sure, because it's been implanted in my head. So in that case, my number 3 intention will be to get out of my comfort zone. The last few years, even before the pandemic, have been very challenging. I've stayed in a lot of places that I was not happy. Like I said, I lost sight of who I was and my self-worth. I stayed in jobs that I knew were not right for me. I was really unhappy. I was really afraid to try new things. I was afraid to try a new type of job. I've always been in retail and sales. I was super, super afraid to do that, to just take the next step in my life. I know that I was qualified to do other things, but I was afraid. I wanted to stay in my comfort zone, and it really set me behind. The only good thing to come out of 2021 was me trying a whole new type of job. Now I am a dog walker and a pet sitter, and I've never been happier. This really has pushed me to a new level that I didn't even know it could do. I thought it would be easy and, taking care of pets, walking them, but that's not everything. You have to meet up with the clients face to face. You have to be a really big people person, and that's something that I don't think I was really good at. And I learned a lot, and I was able to go outside and work out with the dogs and meet new different people that have really been a blessing in my life. I think it truly boosted my self-esteem, because at one point I was afraid to go outside. I was afraid to walk down the block to the store. I didn't go anywhere without Tony. I was afraid. I relied on him heavily for my own happiness. That put a lot of pressure on him. And I just wanted my independence back, because we're 2 separate people, and that job really, really helped me. So my next step would be to keep applying for my dream job. And I've cleaned up my resume slowly but surely. It's getting there. So I just want to keep my options open and just go for the jobs that, sound really scary, but I'm gonna go for it, because I'm tired of staying in the same place or in the same place in life. You know, it's time to go up. Even with this video that I'm making, it's out of my comfort zone because it's so personal. And that's another thing I'd love to do, is make more videos, because I love sharing my experience, and I wish someone was there for me and to tell me how things would be, and you know, just some guidance. And I would love to do that for whoever watches. Sorry, there's construction happening. But like I was saying, trying something new every week, even one little thing, can really help boost your self-esteem. And it counts as getting out of your comfort zone. And of course, getting out of your comfort zone really takes a long time, which requires a lot of patience. And that's my number 4. Be patient and really take time with the things that matter to me. Nowadays, it seems like we all want instant gratification, an instant like hooray or applaud, and you want to feel good, you know, you want others to recognize you, but sometimes it ends up being that you're rushing into things. For me, I would get excited about an idea that I had or a project that I was working on, and I would just tell everyone about it right away. And people were like, oh, wow, that's awesome, good job. You know, and that gratification felt really good to me. But I didn't even do anything yet. I didn't start, it was just an idea. And then I ended up falling through with it. And I did that a lot, because I wanted to be recognized. I wanted to feel like I was doing something good without doing the work, I guess. And a lot of people do that, and I know it's really hard, and we want that instant gratification, but really take your time with the things that matter to you. I'm practicing that every single day, just practicing patience, like just wait for it. Do the work first, make sure it actually works and is great, you know, and lives up to your potential. So I'm trying to avoid speaking too soon about things, because I did that a lot, and I actually just did that a few weeks ago. I told people on Instagram that a set of masks were coming soon, but they're not coming soon because I'm not making them. And I put that out there just to feel the excitement from people. But it just leads to bringing my own hopes up, bringing your hopes up. It just doesn't end well, and it just rushes things. I really just want to avoid announcing things before it's even ready. I have another honest moment coming up, and the only reason I went to the college that I went to, which was the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandise, was because I wanted to make my family proud, and I wasn't doing it really for myself. I did it because there was a lot to live up to. There was a lot of pressure to go to a really cool school, and I didn't have good grades to go to a UC or a state university. It was either a community college or this place, Fashion Institute. And I feel like before there was not a lot of good things to say about community colleges. So I went for the Fashion Institute, but I was so unhappy the whole time. I held on because I wanted that gratification from my family and from my friends. And now I'm stuck with student loans from it. I don't have a career out of it because I rushed it, you know? I didn't take my time with it. I wanted to graduate as soon as possible just to have the title. And what did that do to me? What did it do for me? Nothing, you know? It just ended up that I have to pay student loans, you know? Be patient. I should have just gone to community college, figure out what I really, really liked, and then, you know, take it from there. But I wanted that instant gratification. I so badly wanted to win the rat race and completely forgot about my own mental health and making myself happy, which brings me to my last 5th intention, put myself and my mental health first. I was a big yes girl. I said yes to everyone. Whether it was a shift switch, I would say yeah. If my manager needed me on a certain day off that I really needed off, I'd go in, I'd say yes. And if people would ask me to do them favors like sewing or fixing them something or fixing an item for them, I always said yes, but I didn't want to do it. What that did was quickly wore me out and I felt really overworked. It took a huge toll on my mental health because I told myself if I didn't say yes to them that they wouldn't like me anymore or that they wouldn't reach out to me or I would be forgotten. All those things came into my head. And I did things without enjoying them fully. And like I said, if I don't enjoy it, I don't do a good job. I just really wanted to feel good about myself, feel safe and feel secure, which led me to start setting up boundaries. I carefully choose who I'm spending my time with and carefully choosing what I say yes to. It's been really difficult for sure, and I have lost a few friends doing that, and I have lost, opportunities, but if I'm not happy doing it, I'm not gonna do a great job. And I really just want whatever I put out there to be good and amazing. It's going to be difficult because the more you change things like that, I guess the lonelier it gets because people just don't understand why you're doing it, and they don't have to understand, and you don't have to explain anything to them. But with a lot of changes, growth follows with it, and you just have to remember to be kind to yourself throughout this. And as for taking care of your mental health, all the little things that you do matter, like drinking water, exercising. And exercising doesn't have to be just about losing weight. It can be about stimulating your brain, taking in the weather, the outside. Going for a walk is good for you. It's good for your mental health. And also you have to realize that sometimes you can't do it all on your own. And in my case, I have started looking into therapy and, looking at my options because I know I need the extra help. And that's okay. Well, we're reaching to the end of the video, and I truly hope that my intentions have sparked something in you to create your own. My biggest advice throughout your journey is to just be kind to yourself and really take it one step at a time. I have 5 intentions, and that's the intentions that I'm going to stick to for the rest of the year. And as of right now, I'm working on slow mornings. And once I have that down, I'll start with my next one. Once I have that down, and so on and so forth. You should just really master it and make each intention a part of your daily routine. Don't punish yourself if you don't get it right away. There's a lot of room to make mistakes and to learn from them. And that's truly the beauty of this. When you start to build new and healthy habits, the mindset changes. Your mindset will become better and better and better. When you strive for a better mindset, I promise you everything will fall into place. The way I see it is that it takes a beautiful plant some time to bloom. You need to care for it throughout the season in order for it to grow and blossom. And I really want you guys to think of yourself as that plant. Nurture yourself, take your time, give yourself the sunlight that you need, drink that water to nourish yourself. And in no time, your season will get here and you will bloom and you will grow and you will change and have a better mindset. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I really hope this inspired you. And I would love to hear your guys' intentions if you want, so leave a comment down below. Thank you guys. I'm so sorry again for the noise, and I'm working with what I have, but I hope to be back soon with another video for you guys. Okay. Bye. Have a great day.